Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. My name is Yunus Salahuddin Wapenjo, a broadcast journalist, editor for Millennium News Online, and also presenter at Marhaba FM 99.3. Inshallah, today we are coming your way with a sad issue that requires attention from a brother who is a Muslim with the name Imran Muhammad Al-Hassan, 35-year-old young Muslim brother who is also an Islamic teacher, and unfortunately he's been diagnosed of cancer of the anal cancer, to say according to the diagnosis of the doctors. And inshallah, this brother has been through series of attention given at various health facilities, and today, by Allah's grace, we want you to hear the story from the mouth of this brother, what he has felt in the past, the situation today, and probably listen to him. All we need is his attention and also the support that may come from diaspora in order to attend to our brother who is currently in need of support to attend to a chemotherapy session that will keep him in session, because according to the report of the health facility, this young Muslim brother Muhammad Al-Hassan, Imran, the cancer is gradually spreading, which requires urgent attention from brothers and sisters across the universe, especially our Muslim brothers across the world. So I want us to direct our attention to our brother so that we ask him, we hear from his own mouth how he's feeling, and also we can probably feel the pain that he's going through his own narration. Assalamu alaikum, brother Imran.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Again, speak into the camera and tell the brothers out there your name, introduce yourself, and then we open the conversation.
Inshallah, my name is Imran Muhammad Al-Hassan. I'm 35 years of age, and I've been diagnosed as a cancer patient before in Accra, Ghana here. Before, way back, somewhere 4 years way back, or 5 years way back, I thought it was pulse. So we have been going for pulse medicine, other medicine, herbal medicine to cure this kind of sickness. But lately, I intend to get married. When I got married in the year 2018, August, when I got married, within 2 weeks, then we find out that there's something growing out of my anus. So I was in very severe pains. So I was rushed to the hospital, Achimota Hospital. So the doctor that diagnosed, he says that it is the same pulse.
So the first doctor said it is a pulse.
It is a pulse. Okay. So I'll go through the surgical, but he did not make this scan or lab. He says that what is going is the same pulse, so we'll go through the surgery.
Okay.
So after the surgery, he took some samples of the tissue that he got to the lab, the Standard Board Authority. So the lab report came back as an anal cancer. So they have to give me a reference to.
So actually, the first report that came from the Standard Authority, that is where it was proven that it was anal cancer. Okay.
So they referred me to Kwalebu Teaching Hospital for further examination. So we went through this endoscopy.
Okay.
Endoscopy. From there, then they referred me to the radiology for chemotherapy.
Okay.
So we had a brother who sponsored us for the chemotherapy, for the first one.
Okay.
After that, that was 2019, my first chemotherapy.
Okay.
After that, we looked forward for, because they said I'm supposed to go like 7 cycling.
Okay. How much that this session cost of the chemotherapy according to the Kwalebu Teaching Hospital?
Each chemotherapy costs 2,320 for every 3 weeks, I'm supposed to go for that chemotherapy.
Medicine.
It's a drip that they fix through the hand, it goes through the system. After that, they give you some medicine that you use for 3 weeks. When it's done, then you come for another chemo, then but you go for lab, or they'll give you a lab, then you go for the lab report. When you take it to the hospitals, then they'll say that you go for another
So
section.
every 3 weeks you go through the same
The
process,
same process.
and which costs the same amount
The
for
same
every
amount,
3
every
weeks.
3 weeks.
Um,
That was 2019. So I was able to go for only one cycling, and there was no any sponsor anymore. So we stayed home, now trying and error on the herbal medicines.
So you actually shifted from the chemotherapy session because you couldn't afford, and came back to the herbal,
Exactly.
which probably would not have any answer to a cancer of the anal, or did they say they have
They
any?
said they have a cure for that.
Okay.
They assured me that they will cure it.
Did you see any changes then?
We tried a lot. It was all like try and error. I even went all over to a village closer to Togo for the same treatment.
Yes,
So we came back. It was still like even getting worse. It was out of hand. So later on, I met a brother. I said, let me say a childhood brother of mine known as Jerry. So I informed him, then he introduced me to the mother, then they tried to see how they can support me.
okay.
So that's where the support started again. That was ended somewhere earlier 2020.
So
up
which
to now.
means there was a gap of treatment from 2019 to early 2020.
Yes.
Okay. So now, how did it start with you when you started the session? So have you started the session
Yes.
from 2020?
Yes.
So how many of session have you
Now
covered so far?
four cycling.
4.
Yes.
So you've gone 4. That is close to 3,000, right?
Exactly.
4 sessions.
So the first cycling we paid before even we started the chemo again at Kwalebu.
Okay.
But when I was back from the village.
Okay, that was when you now gotten a new benevolent who is supporting the cause now.
Exactly.
Okay.
So when we came, we went to the hospital.
Yeah.
So when we went to the hospital, the one sponsoring who offered us the help, the name was Alhaj Farid.
So it's Alhaj Farid.
Nah,
Okay. Is he a resident of Ghana or is not in Ghana here? Farid Ibrahim.
Farid Ibrahim Garba.
So where is he?
Ibrahim, okay.
Where is he?
He's in the States.
Okay, he's in the United States of America. Okay, so he's the one who opened the initial session that you're going through now. MashaAllah.
So before we even started, when we went to the hospital, they told me I got no blood and I have to go through a CT scan too. So the CT scan we have to pay an amount of 700. We paid that. Then we went for a stimulation, that's marking at the Kwalebu. That one to cost 600.
Outside the 3,000, outside the
That's
chemo price.
Another
Ya
different cost.
Allah. Ya Allah.
That was a different cost.
Allah.
From there, they told me before I have to go for a radiotherapy. And that radiotherapy too, I have no blood. I have to buy blood for that. So we have to buy blood. We have to buy blood for a very emergency treatment so that I can continue the radiotherapy. So we bought three blood, package of blood. That's 9 million.
Okay.
Then we paid for the radiotherapy 2,400.
Okay.
So I have to be going for that radiotherapy for 10 days continuously. So after that, then we started the chemotherapy treatment too. That one too was another burden too. That we started paying 2,300. I went for the first cycling, the second cycling, the third cycling, and for the fourth cycling when we went, they told me that I have short of some neutrophils in my system. The viral, my system is very low. I cannot take the chemo unless we go in for an injection. That injection alone will cost 1,000.
That is it 1,000 cedis or $1,000?
1,000 cedis.
1,000 cedis.
That's 10 million.
10 million, okay.
When you buy that injection, 10 million, before you pay for chemotherapy, 2,300.
So
before I can go through.
That is for the first session.
For the first section.
Okay.
So without that injection, you cannot go through the chemotherapy. So it was like another challenge for us. So we have to come back to seek for help. But inshallah, we went through that injection. Somebody offered and paid for that injection. We went for it, and then we went for the chemotherapy too. So we asked the doctor, how are we going to go for a surgery or is still the chemo? Then he told us that the chemo will be something like a
lifetime thing
for some time.
Yes,
Going through.
yes, so the doctor assured you that because of the situation, you have to go through the chemo for a period of time.
Yes.
Even though he has not made definite or indefinite statement, he said you go through.
Yes.
Very well. So now let us assess your condition now. When you started the second to the fourth chemo, compared to your status as in 2019, the last time you left the first chemo, what is the condition of your body now? If you are to compare before and now.
Inshallah, Allah has been very, very wonderful. Wallahi, Allah has been very grateful to me. If it should be way back, it was very worst because I wouldn't be able to even sit like this.
No, mashallah.
Because I discharge some kind of waste when I don't sit in public.
Mashallah. Is it blood or something else?
It's like a fluid.
Yes,
Fluid that is coming out of the anna always. So I always use this pampers.
Well, excuse me, brothers, this is a story of a young Muslim brother, and in fact, what thrilled me is he's an Islamic teacher. He teaches people's children Islam. He is a very instrumental in the revival of our Muslim Ummah. And if today he's going through this situation, he needs an attention, seriously, because it thrilled me, surprised me that I've seen that a brother is in this situation. We need to really come to his aid. So let's look at this situation now. You need to go through another session. Currently, is there any money available? Which, if you are to go to the fee to other sessions, currently, is there any money available?
No, it's not even.
Speak to the camera. You're speaking to brothers out there.
Because it's the brothers who are helping me.
Okay.
They are those that I know Allah have putting more piety in their heart that they are helping us now, inshallah. But for me, right now, I have nothing in my household. Anyway, I got nothing.
So
I have no support in my family.
You have a wife.
No.
So what is the situation of the wife now? There are no child, right?
I have a wife and I have a child too.
You have a child. Yes,
And she's 2 years old now.
So what is the situation of the family now? Even though you are thinking about yourself now, not even your wife, but your wife is also part of your responsibility. So what is the situation now?
We are jobless now. There's nothing. We have nothing like under that is supporting us.
So now look into the camera. Appeal to brothers with passion. Appeal to brothers. Let them. In fact, I am appealing on behalf of Imran Muhammad Al Hassan for anyone hearing or seeing us in this particular session of the video. Please, for the sake of Allah, let this story touches you. Sympathize with him and then extend a benevolent hand for him, because going through a chemo session for the rest of your life, wallahi al-azim, you need a support, because it's not something that one person can handle. And I'm happy we have brothers and sisters out there who are willing to extend hands of benevolence to people like Imran Muhammad Al Hassan. So I believe hearing him out, you will feel like helping him, inshallah. So Muhammad, tell them, speak to the people, your brothers and sisters out there, to come to your aid and let them feel your sentiments and support you At least today, it is your turn. God knows what happens tomorrow. So speak to them into the camera.
Inshallah, brothers and sisters, all families, all Muslim brothers that are hearing me now, inshallah, we are appealing to you, and I know you are willing to do it. And the one who started it, the name Farid Mohammed Ibrahim, Farid Ibrahim, he has been very wonderful to me, very wonderful to us, I and my family. He has been supporting us very, very handsomely, and may the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him, expand his life, more blessing in his life, and everybody that is helping. We are willing to see more much from you people, inshallah, for the sake of this Ramadan, inshallah. I know by Allah will you're gonna help us, inshallah. I don't know what to even say, but I'm proud of you outside there, those who are helping us. I know, inshallah. I don't know, I'm short of words.
Well, sorry, let me take it over from here. Our brother is in pain. What I want is, but I just pick an information that this brother has gone through this chemo session close to 7 times, and after the 3,000 that he's close to 3,000 that he spends on 3 weeks basis, right? He also being spent on with regard to his feeding and other things. And I think nobody will do this except our brothers and sisters out there. We appeal to you for the sake of Allah. And from his story, one Farid Ibrahim from the United States,
Massachusetts.
Okay, Springfield, Massachusetts, right?
Yeah.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help you. In fact, you're doing a wonderful job. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also remember you in all that you are in, because it is not easy for a brother to hold for a brother, and we are most grateful. And wherever you enter to seek for support, in order for you to support your brother here, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it possible. But I want us to understand that Farid Ibrahim must appeal to some people even before, and he has appealed for previous sessions, and still I know he will come to you for another appeal in order to support our brother. Please do not deny this benevolence act. Accept this in good faith and know that this is another responsibility Allah has given you in order for him to open your chance to. Let me take this opportunity to remind us of something. The Holy Prophet ﷺ says, Allahu fi auni al-abd. Allah will continue to help his servant. Ma dama al-abd fi auni akhihi. As long as a servant will not hesitate to continue to help his brother. The more you help your brother, the more Allah helps you. Man satara musliman. Whoever conceals the shame of a Muslim, satarahu Allah fi dunya wal akhirah. Allah shall conceal you here in this world and thereafter. So we want to appeal to whoever and pray immensely to the donors. May Allah help you. May Allah continue to bless you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never let your hands that gives lacks, and may your family, relatives, people close to you, may they never fall into a situation that will bring them to public ridicule. Keep supporting. Support Imran Muhammad Al Hassan. Again, this is a 35-year-old young Muslim who is instrumental to the counseling and revival of the Muslim Ummah. We should not let him be in this state. We can help. Let us spread the news. Let benevolent people extend hands of benevolence to this wonderful young man. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant understanding. Your final word to the people out there, and then we'll bring the session to an end.
Inshallah, may the all Allah bless you all and grant you health and shifa, and make you and use this Ramadan to be a way for us to the Jannah, for those. And we thank you all for your support. May the Almighty Allah bless you, inshallah.